We have a lot of really amazing things happening here at NAB when it comes to Windows Azure. But first, it's interesting to think about sort of what's happening in the media industry in general. We have data that shows over 30% of all data on the internet is video. It's tons of video. And by 2015, we're going to see almost 80% of all content being video content, just like we're shooting right now. That means you have to create that content, manage that content, and deliver it to a growing complexity of devices: iPads, iPhones, Androids, Windows, Mac, big screens, little screens, keyboards, touch, the 1080p, 720p, just the sheer scale and size and complexity of the people consuming content is also growing. And all of that's happening kind of simultaneously with this evolution of cloud computing, where you have great access to large amounts of compute resources and storage. And it's the perfect marriage. With Windows Azure, we have a very powerful cloud computing platform. And if you look at Microsoft to date, we have a Microsoft Media Platform which has powered some of the world's largest events: the Olympics in Beijing and Vancouver, just the Super Bowl this year, some of the world's largest sporting events and other online live events using proven existing technology that people have running in their own data centers: IaaS media services, PlayReady DRM, Silverlight, and more, smooth streaming. So what we've done, we've taken all of that existing technology, the power of our investment in cloud computing, and brought them together. And we're launching today Windows Azure Media Services, which is a collection of services that provides a complete solution for building end-to-end media workflows, from creation to management and ultimately delivery to any device with any format. What's really unique about Windows Azure Media Services is that it's not just a set of services. It's a complete solution where we create a bunch of first-party solutions for encoding, for uploading, for transcoding, transmuxing, delivering. But we also enable partners to do two things. One is build on. They build solutions on top of our infrastructure, and they can offer SaaS solutions to their customers. But more importantly, build in, where we're working with a curated set of partners who are taking their specific IP for any of these services and incorporating it directly into Windows Azure Media Services, which gives them both access to our sales channel, to our customers, and also becomes a first-class citizen inside our infrastructure. A great example of that is upload. We support standard HTTP and FTP upload, but that's not necessarily good enough for very large file transfer. You might want to use one of the technologies like UDP that Aspera does. And so Aspera has built in their upload technology directly into Windows Azure Media Services. And as a developer or a content owner, as I'm wiring together and creating my workflow, I can choose to use the partner technology directly from inside the service. We have a very proven best-of-breed Microsoft Media Platform set of technologies. Netflix uses it for delivering their online experience to the PC. It powers their application on the iPad and the iPhone. We've seen the Olympics with NBC in the past. We've seen lots of live sporting events using IaaS media services, using smooth streaming for dynamic, adaptive bitrate, high-quality delivery, PlayReady DRM to make sure all the studios are happy and their content is protected. We're taking all of that technology that's been proven time after time and bringing it to the cloud and scaling it with elasticity, making it for a lot of these broadcasts where the need for infrastructure is very temporal. The Olympics is 17 days and 3,600 hours of content. It would be really a shame to buy all the servers to service that for 17 days. It's much better to look at a cloud provider like Microsoft and Windows Azure, use our technology, and only pay for what you use when you use it. It's a very competitive marketplace, and we are one of the global scale cloud providers, and the economics are fascinating. It's cheaper for us to buy electricity. We're buying servers by the hundred thousands. We're going to get economies of scale that very few other companies can acquire, and as a result, we can pass on those economic benefits directly to our communities. At the same time, we can pair that with very good technology for doing media: ingest, encode, transmux, management, delivery, analytics, advertising. And that way, if you're a content provider or a developer, you can just use common technology that you already know how to use, consume it however you want with partners or with Microsoft's first-party solutions, and pay at the most advantaged rates for just what you're using. We're partnering with a variety of international operators who are delivering the Olympics to over 734 million people around the globe. And we're working with Delta and Akamai to create a white label solution that these cable companies and network operators will be able to use to deliver the Olympics in their markets. And if you've seen in the past, all of the great benefits with our rough cut editing, our ability to do clips, VOD, all of that coming together, and it will be the first time ever that it will be broadcast from the cloud, from any public cloud, and the Microsoft public cloud in this sense. The value is you have all these companies around the globe who have rights to a set of content. It could be any set of content. In this case, it's the Olympics. But by being able to leverage all of our infrastructure for global delivery, they can spin up this white label platform, support all the thousands of formats and devices in the world, and turn it off when they're done, and get sort of the best customer experience without having to do a whole lot of work. And Delta and Akamai are working to make that possible.